Experience better days with the bigger, better 4G. Hutch 4G. Now bigger and better.
Former senior DIG in charge of the Eastern Province, Edison Gunatilaka, gave evidence before the Presidential Commission of Inquiry probing the Easter Sunday terror attacks last evening. He told the Commission that certain Muslim groups in the Eastern Province armed themselves with weapons and developed a tendency towards proliferating Islamic extremism, and later they even resorted to heists. Furthermore, people were afraid to make complaints against them with the security units owing to the power wielded by MLAM Hizbullah. The former senior DIG in charge of the Eastern Province added that Hizbullah initiated the removal of the middle section of the roads in the Eastern Province to plant palm trees in its place, and during that time, construction of mosques and women wearing black-coloured abayas increased. The witness went on to say that 18 Muslim groups which were active within the Eastern Province had weapons, and their conduct was consistent with extremist ideologies. Further, these groups had also perpetrated heists, extortions and murder in the Eastern Province. The Commission then asked former senior DIG in charge of the Eastern Province, Edison Gunatilaka, as to how these extremist factions procured arms. He responded saying that weapons were procured from members of TMVP and Karuna's factions after securing funding from Bashir Segu Dawood. He noted that there was a rise in jihadi organizations within the Eastern Province following the conclusion of the war. Further, they had disregarded law and adopted practices such as refraining from wearing helmets when riding motorcycles and attacking the police in groups. The witness said that he was not given the chance to take stern action against them despite his efforts to do so. He added that former Inspector General of Police Mahinda Balasurya notified him to steer clear of taking weapons into custody on reasons such as the elections, and that Hizbullah provided weapons to extremist organizations. When the Senior State Council asked the witness whether Islamic extremism is still being proliferated, the former senior DIG in charge of the Eastern Province replied that extremist threats aren't over and that Atalugama is the closest possible reason. He said extremist ideologies have become a factor in Muslim women who never used to venture outdoors to take part in attacks, now doing so.
ඔහු ඇත්තෙන්ම මේගොල්ලෝ එදා ක්‍රියා කළා ඒ විදිහට. මම එහෙ ඉන්න කාලේ අතාඋල්ලා, හිස්බුල්ලා, අමීර් අලි, රිෂාඩ් බදුද්දීන් මේගොල්ලෝ එතකොට රජයේ නායකයෝ. පුනරුත්ථාපන ඇමති රිෂාඩ් බදුද්දීන්. එතකොට හිස්බුල්ලා වෙන ඇමති නමක් කළා. අතාඋල්ලත් කළා. මේ අය ඔක්කොම මම මේ අන්තවාදීන්ට ගහනකොට අන්තවාදීන් අත්අඩංගුවට ගන්නකොට මාත් එක්ක විරුද්ධ වුණා. ඔබ කියන විදිහට එතකොට මේ හිස්බුල්ලා රිජෝම වෙනසන්. ඔව්. එයාගේ කණ්ඩායමකුත් හිටියා. එයාත් එක්ක අනිත් අය. මේ කණ්ඩායම මේකයි. උඩින් පෙන්නන්නේ දෙමළ තත්ත්වවාදීත් එක්ක ගහ ගන්න ආවා කියලා. යට ජිහාත් එකත් එක්ක ඉන්නේ. අල් කයිදා එකත් එක්ක. ඒ තියෙන අන්තවාදී බුදවා ගැනීමට කරන්න ඕන පියවර මොකක්ද? හොඳ කෙලින් නිලධාරිපත් කරන්න ඕනේ හන්. සල්ලි වලට යට වෙන්නේ නැති.
Meanwhile, former Secretary to the Ministry of Law and Order and Southern Development, Jagat P. Vijayveera, also gave evidence before the Presidential Commission probing the attacks last evening. He told the Commission that an intelligence coordination meeting was worked off every Monday under the patronage of Minister Sagala Ratnayaka, with other participants being the IGP and Deputy Inspectors General of Police. He noted that Director of State Intelligence Nilantha Jayawardena, however, did not attend the meetings, and that the topics of drug menace, the underworld and ISIS were discussed. The witness further said that he attended Security Council meetings 5 months after being appointed to the post, and though the meetings were held weekly, later the frequency receded to once a month and then once every month and a half. He noted that during the latter stages of his tenure before his exit from the ministry, Security Council meetings were not held at all. The witness told the Commission that there was information of National Tawhid Jamaat's Zahran Hashim and his brother Zain were influencing the youth with IS ideologies via social media platforms and secretive lectures.